So we made it to the starting line. We start walking towards the starting line. You know, the announcer is there announcing, saying, in 10 minutes, we're gonna get started. Get your stuff ready. And I asked one of the guys, I go, is this the starting line? And he said, for the half marathon it is. And my heart just dropped. I'm like, what? And I go, where's the starting line for the full? And he said, 13 miles that way. I am walking to get my bike. Fortunately, the bike shop is close to the house, so I can just walk there. And man, after raising that stink, 2 days later, I get the bike. Anyway, sometimes you gotta be a little aggressive, I guess. But I don't like to. Anyway, picking up the bike, I'm excited. It's bittersweet. The reason being is, you know, I got a marathon this week, so I can't even really take the bike out for a spin. I'm gonna ride it a little bit before I come home, but I wanted to spend all week or weekend riding. But marathon first, and then I'll have all the opportunities and time to ride my new bike. I gotta run these Chevrolet legs first. Chevrolet legs first, and then the bike. But all right, one thing at a time. So this will be the last tool that I need to purchase. Everything is now purchased, everything's taken care of. Now I just need to practice. All right, I'm excited. I'll keep you guys updated. Race weekend. It's raining. We'll see if it rains all week, or sorry, all day tomorrow, because tomorrow's race day. Either rain, sleet, or snow, we're still running. I'm all packed up, ready to go. See you guys there. Woo! This is rain, and this song is perfect. Marathon weekend. Made it to the hotel, got my bag, my check-in bag, Napa Valley Marathon, not half. Got the shirt, there's my bib number, brought all the necessary rehab stuff. I got my boots, I got the gun, I got a knee brace, not a brace, but a knee hot therapy and cold therapy, and then my vibrating ball. So I gotta do a lot of recovery tonight. Make sure that my body feels great for tomorrow, be well rested. I'm eating at the moment, so I should be ready to go. All right, it is 4:20 in the morning, getting my legs freshened up, activating my legs, I should say. About 15 good minutes. I'll spend this time opening up my lungs with my Aerofit, and it is raining. Oh my God, it's raining. I feel like I'm in some type of tropical island because it's coming down hard. But it doesn't matter to me. We expected to get wet, although the news said it wasn't going to be wet. So I'm sure Rosa is waking up to this torrential rain surprise. Anyway, that's part of the race, part of the story, and part of the journey. We will keep you updated with these torrential rains. What's that?
Oh.
Good morning, Rosa.
Good morning.
What's today?
It's marathon day. I'm ready.
All right. Did you have a good night's sleep last night?
Yes, and I could hear you.
What do you mean you can hear me?
Upstairs.
Walking around?
Yes.
How about your boots? Did you use your boots this morning?
Of course.
Ah, good. So you woke up around 4?
3.
3? So you've been ready for the last 2 hours? Did you see the rains earlier?
No.
Oh my God, it was raining like the jungle out here.
Oh.
So you're lucky it stopped. All right, well, here we go to the bus.
Okay.
All right, welcome back to week 17, the conclusion. So yesterday was the marathon. I want to say congratulations to Rosa for running a tough race, and she battled hard. Unfortunately, we only made it to 20 miles, a tenth of a mile short of 20 miles. And unfortunately, I couldn't get official numbers because my watch paused for a half hour, so we lost really good data. But let me explain the day. So both of us, we were ready to go. We got our bibs, we checked in, we woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, or actually 4:30 in the morning, in order to make or catch the bus at 5:30. So we both get up and go, we get on the bus, and we head out. So we made it to the starting line. So we thought we did. And we got out, we start walking towards the starting line. We see all the porta potties, we used the restroom one last time. And then we walk to the starting line, and the announcers, they're announcing, saying, in 10 minutes, we're gonna get started, get your stuff ready. And I asked one of the guys, I go, is this the starting line? And he said, for the half marathon it is. And my heart just dropped. I'm like, what? And I go, where's the starting line for the full? And he said, 13 miles that way. And I was like, uh-oh. So we turned around, we started heading back to buses, and I asked a bus driver if there was a bus that could take us to the starting line for people who've made mistakes like us. And he said, no. So we start walking back towards the starting line. I'm thinking, well, looks like we're gonna run a half marathon. And Rosa wasn't having it. She found someone, asked what we can do, and fortunately, another lady had made the same mistake, and they were directing her to the bus that was going to take her to the starting line for the full marathon. We jumped on and said, okay, everything's good so far. Luckily, the full marathon didn't start till 7:30. The half marathon started at 7. So we were good. We were about 45 minutes away from our starting point, so there was kind of no rush in our heads. So we get on the bus sits there, the bus takes off. Almost. That was close. We got on the wrong bus. We got on the bus to go to the half marathon as opposed to the full marathon. And Rosa's fierce action got us to the right place.
We found the right bus now. So we're just waiting to take us back to the full marathon start.
Yes. So, that was close. I just zone out. I'm like, okay, we're going there. We got another 10, 20 minutes to get where we need to get to. I'm not really thinking about anything, so I'm on my phone just, reading the news. And as we're continuing to drive, the lady behind me taps my shoulder. She says, hey, are we going the right direction? I don't know. So I got the attention of the bus driver and I said, hey, bus driver, are we going the right direction? She's like, yeah, we're going to Calistoga, and Calistoga is the beginning of the race. So the lady behind me says, thank you very much for asking. I really appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I go back to my zoning out again, back to my phone and was reading. And all of a sudden, like 2-3 minutes later, she gets up and then walks towards the bus driver and said, hey, bus driver, it seems to me that we're going the wrong direction. We need to be going north and we're heading south. So the bus driver realizes, uh-oh, made the mistake. She gets her phone out and she directs the bus driver where to go. So we had to make a huge U-turn, and we get to the starting point for the full marathon, but we are late. I mean, the start was at 7:30. We might have gotten there 8 o'clock, 8:05, somewhere around there. So we're about a half hour late, and everything's already broken down. The starting point's broken down. Everyone's cleared, everyone's gone. It was like a ghost town. There was no remnants of any type of marathon starting. We were late. But whatever, we're on it. So we start running, and again, there's just nobody. So we run, we crushed the first 13 miles, we did good. I think we were averaging 12 to 13 mile minutes. It was a very hilly course. Again, we were doing great. Around mile 12, I asked Rosa, how you doing? She's like, I can't just understand all the stuff that happened in the beginning. That's the last thing that we should be thinking about. But I can see there was a drain, not because of that situation, but just everything that was going on. Although we were making good time and we were doing great, there were no aid stations, no water stations, no people watching to encourage us. Not that we need it, but the whole atmosphere of a marathon, those three are definitely important. The fans, the water, and any type of aid station for whatever reason, but there was none. That's, again, how late we were. So the first 13 miles crushed it. The second 13 miles, I can just see it was discouraging. They reopened the road. They had closed it for the marathon, so there was no cars, maybe a car here and there because we were late. But then once they reopened the road, it was a full-on road. So we were walking what seemed to be on the side of a freeway. And even, we had several people from the marathon committee stop by and say, hey, there's no aid stations anymore. We closed all of it. Do you guys just want to lift or want to ride? And, I look at Rosa and she's like, no, we'll keep on going. So we kept on trucking it. But again, the second half was just brutal. Once the mind was not, again, my opinion, once the mind was not where it needed to be, everything kind of broke down from there. So we started walking and we looked at our clock. They give you a 6-hour window. If you can't finish within 6 hours, then they close everything. So again, right about a half hour before the 6-hour mark, we were at mile 20 and we just weren't gonna make it. So luckily at that time, Rose's son just so happened to drive by to support us. They stopped to take pictures and I had to call the race because we weren't gonna make it, and Rosa wasn't gonna say no. She wasn't gonna say, let's stop. But because I'm the experienced one, I should understand and know safety first. I need to understand how she's feeling. I need to understand how she's doing, and I need to make the right calls. If we weren't gonna finish the race, then there was just no need to push us anything further and putting us into danger. So I had to make that decision. So unfortunately, we stopped at the 20-mile mark. Again, 20 miles was a great run. It was a great effort. Again, I asked her, how's your cardio? How's your muscles? And she said, although they hurt, which is going to be common, she was still pushing it. She still had in her the ganas. She had ganas that day. So again, I just really wanted to say I'm super, super proud of her. I'm really happy that, that she took it 20 miles. Again, my personal opinion, if we would have started on time, I could guarantee you that Rosa would have finished. She would have finished about within 5 hours. I'll give you an example. When you go to the gym and you're running on the treadmill, the person next to you, you really don't know him or her, but when you see them running at a faster pace, there's something inside you that says, I'll match that and I'll add to it. I've seen it several times or a lot of times while I've been in the gym, and I've done it myself. So that push of seeing someone else run, we didn't have that, or Rosa didn't have that to kind of give her that extra push. So that's, unfortunately, again, she didn't get that full marathon feeling. The aid stations, the water stations, those people cheering you on when you get your water, again, she didn't experience that. So I think those would really help us to finish the race. So I think she would have done it in 5 hours. Again, I spoke to her this morning. She said she's feeling sore, but she's feeling good. And I'm sore too. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I'm definitely sore. I even had to take the day off today because my legs are too sore to even think about wanting to do anything other than just recover. So I've been doing my boots. Rosa's been doing her boots. I did a ice bath yesterday. I'm gonna do another one today. And I've been doing my boots all morning. So today's just recovery. I'm just gonna take care of my body. Rosa's taking care of her body. But my one thing that I'm very, very curious about is, how does she respond to this? I don't know. There are no expectations to do another one. She said last week that she wasn't gonna do another one. But I don't know. There's certain athletes feel a certain incompleteness inside them. Others are complete and satisfied. No judgment on either or. I'm just curious to see how she feels. All right, so that's Rosa's update. Let me give you my update on me and what I noticed or felt in the race. First things first, goo. Man, Cliff makes great goo. Man, this is the second Cliff that I've used and the second different flavor, and it's amazing. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Cliff shots. I don't think I need to experiment anymore when I think, I already found what I like. So I'm definitely gonna stick with that. The shoes, although the shoes are extremely comfortable, there's nothing wrong with the shoe. There is one thing that I need to pay attention to when I run my Ironman race. I have wide feet, and because I have wide feet, I've gotten shoes that are specifically designed for minimal sole and also a wide shoebox. And my feet have been very comfortable and have gotten used to this wide shoebox from these shoes that I buy. Now these Hokas, again, soft. I felt like I was running on pillows. No blisters on my feet, so all that is good. I'm definitely gonna lose my one toenail on my, I guess the second one next to the thumb. So again, everything was good, but I definitely need to look into a wider shoebox for a running shoe. And the reason being is that my pinky toe was being crushed under the ring toe. And that made it extremely uncomfortable. And the reason why it was doing that, because they had reopened the roads, we had to run on the side. So in the beginning, when the roads were still closed, we were able to run in the middle. Now, why is that important? Because the road is not straight. It's actually crowned. And because it's crowned, if you run in the middle, then you're at the top, your feet are level or balanced level. But if you start to run on the side at the lower half of the road, now your feet are like this. So because my feet were like this, running on the side of the road, you know, my feet on the inside were kind of sliding, and then my toe was going under. So I'm definitely sore from my toe, my pinky toe sliding under. So then I had to run on the other side so that way I can offset it and it didn't bother me on the other side. So I definitely need to look into a wider shoebox for running. The waterproof socks were good. I did get rid of them midway, somewhere in the mile, whatever, because it was definitely raining, but once the rain kind of slowed down, I didn't need the socks, and the socks were kind of thicker than I wanted, so I took them off and got rid of them. So all in all, my tools of my shoes were good, but again, I need a wider shoebox. Toe socks were good, and it didn't give me any blisters. I did use compression socks around my calves. Now the one thing I didn't say about in my videos is that, and one of the reasons why I've avoided running long distances is because I've had this injury that comes and goes. So obviously it's mechanical or it's functional, like something that I'm doing in my walking is not correct because I keep getting this twinge in my calf. Now when I ran the race, the Hood to Coast race, relay race, it flared up and I ran half the race limping. And then when I started training for the marathon last year before December, I re-injured it running on the treadmill. And that really scared me, so I kind of went away from running. I would have gotten away from running anyways, but I wanted to at least, my goal this year was 2023, was to run a mile a day, just on the treadmill. And I got maybe a weekend, and then that calf kicked in. I said, I can't push this. So one thing I realized is no more treadmill running. I can run outside, but definitely no more treadmill running. And number two, the compression socks around the calves definitely helped. I don't know how they would have felt if I didn't wear it, but I will say this. There's no soreness in my calves. No twinge, nothing popped up, nothing. Like as if I never had the injury. But I will say, my quads, they're definitely on fire. So that's my update on me. And that's the update on Rosa's journey. Let that sink in for a couple of days and see how she feels and what she wants to do in the future. Now, everything goes back onto me. I got my bike. I'm very excited. That was a video earlier on this video, so I'm sure you saw that. Now it's for me. Now I'm gonna strictly do my cycling, my swimming, my running. Now it begins, I think. So hope you enjoyed this week's, and I hope you enjoyed my little breakdown.